Which figure is the best bang for your buck? Hey everyone, it is Marvelous Collector here, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about what Spider-Man figure, or just like company in general, is the best to start your collection. And if you're just looking for a new Spider-Man figure in your collection and you want to figure out which one to get out of these 5, hopefully this video could help. So how this is going to work is I'm going to be talking about these figures in multiple different categories: accessories, articulation, looks, and affordability. For affordability, all these figures come in their own unique different price points, and it just really depends on where you get most of them. Like, let's start off with Maximum Series Spider-Man. Maximum Series Spider-Man is typically going to cost you around $50. I know aftermarket prices go up to $100, but at retail price, which I got him at, he costs at least $50. Comes with a bunch of accessories, great articulation for our Marvel Legend, and just like right at that $50 price point. Next up is a Nerval Spider-Man. Also comes with that $50 price point at original retail price, but he came in a 2-pack. He did come in a 2-pack, although I did get that 2-pack in total for $15, only because the place I got him from. But typically, if you got him, like say from Walmart, Amazon, he would have been around that $50 price point with the 2-pack. He only comes with a few accessories, which we'll get into that later. And then going up to your $70 to $80 price point, we have the SHF SHF The Amazing Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield figure of Spider-Man No Way Home. Comes with a bunch of accessories. Articulation's really good. I got him for like around 70, almost 80. And then over here is Mafex Spider-Man, 185 Spider-Man. I got him for $90, so he's way more expensive. He's the most expensive here. Got him for $90, which honestly, for everything he comes with, and the way he is, I would not consider. We'll get into how much I feel like he should be soon. And then last up we have is Amazing Fantasy. He released in 2022, and right now he goes for a kind of ridiculous prices, like $70 to $50. But typically when he first came out, he was at least $20. This is before Marvel Legends really started going up in pricing. He came out originally for at least $20, but then he left stores and then he got a little more expensive, going up to $50. But then they re-released him, which this is the re-release. You can tell from the back, that is the re-release. They re-released him for same price, I believe the 25, 27, one of the two. So definitely the most affordable here. Like as of right now, the most affordable here is going to be either Maxim Series, if you're lucky, and Amazing Fantasy 15, if you're lucky. He is pretty much rare now because they have not re-released him at all. He is, I believe he is like 170 on Amazon right now. He is, I believe he still is in that $90 to like $105 price range right now. But anyway, let's take a look at their accessories and see who has the better accessories. Okay, taking a look at Maxim Series Spider-Man, I do want to say he does come with a web shield. I have no idea where the web shield is. It has gotten lost. But it's basically like the Captain America shield with the clip-on and the peg that goes in the back. But Spider-Man, so he doesn't really have that. But first of all, the accessories you get on the figure is this this regular Spider-Man head sculpt. It's more like a Todd McFarlane designed figure. He has fisted hands. Those all come in the figure. So, let's get in the figure. I'm going over here. He comes with 2 different web pieces. Like these stringy web effects. Not really any better than what we typically get from Hasbro. So, he doesn't come with 2 of them, but I have the other one on the shelf right now. So, and then over here, oh, I just messed all that up. Over here, we have a grabbing effect for the figure. Like for another figure, like say, him. Like that. He does come with a stand for this web effect, which hindsight looks really, really bad, but I mean, it gets the job done, I guess. But he does come with that. I'm trying to fix the lighting real quick, guys. There you go. Okay. And then for other accessories, he comes with these ungloved hands, Peter Parker hands. You plug onto the figure like that. You just pop that off and then you pop these on. It would be cool if he came with different hands for those, but And then we got this very nice looking Peter Parker head. Yeah, that. And we have like a squinting head, like squinting eyes. You can't really tell. And then over here we have his flippers. These are flippers. Wall calling hands. He comes with another pair of another flippers that have like this web effect on them. Then he also comes with a pair of gripping hands to hold like the web and stuff like that. But yeah, definitely the most accessories out of all these figures. If you added the web shield, it should be right there. I have no idea where it is. I think I might know where it is, but right now I have no clue. But yeah, for all those accessories and for the articulation, for $50, it's not bad. It's honestly really not bad. But overall, I mean, this figure's articulation is really, really good. I mean, I know people have had some problems with like their web lines and stuff like that, like paint and everything, but I have no complaints with this figure, like accessories or anything. But like articulation's really good. I mean, he's hitting some dynamic poses. He's able to hit some like genuine crazy poses. I mean, like honestly, his articulation's insane. Again, you can get him at the $50 price point. If you're lucky. I'm sure resellers are selling him for a ridiculous amount of pricing. But when I originally got him, and when he originally came out, he came out at least for $50 to $60. So again, all these accessories, there's great articulation, good sculpt and everything. $50 ain't bad. $50 really is not too bad. I would like to see it at least the $30 price point, but again, it's Hasbro, so you know. But yeah, so Max Series Spider-Man, all the accessories, great articulation, great paint, for $50. Now taking a look at Renier Val's Spider-Man. This figure came out in 2022, so it's gonna be a little more difficult to get him considering he never got re-released either. Unlike say Amazing Fantasy 15, he got re-released twice. He only got released once, so it's gonna be a little trickier to get him. But for accessories on the figure, he comes with fisted hands and a regular Spider-Man head sculpt. I will say, wait, never mind. Wait, hold on, I'll go there later. He comes with a Peter Parker head sculpt. Oh yeah, there's a little mark on his forehead. I don't know where that came from. Anyway, Peter Parker head sculpt looks really nice. Way better than this very hyper-realistic looking Peter Parker. I had no idea what that was. He comes with your standard flip hands and walk on hands. Definitely the least amount of accessories out of the bunch. But he is on that updated Spider-Man, the updated Spider-Man body. He was the first to use it with toe articulation, the updated shoulders and everything. He was the first to use it. And honestly, I think he still holds up to an extent. He still really does hold up. Articulation's really good. I like some areas that could have been better, like in the legs. Articulation was definitely could have been better. But for a good classic Spider-Man figure, this really is not bad. I mean, the paint, I love the bright colors on him. And everything bright colors, just amazing. The red, the blue, the way they contrast is really good. I think this is one of the only instances I really do like the wide eyes on a Spider-Man figure. Because I'm more a fan of like squintier eyes, like from Amazing Fantasy 15. I'm definitely more of a fan of that. But again, these eyes still look really good. Him and Andrew Garfield, the wide eyes, I really like the wide eyes. But yeah, nothing really too crazy to say. It was a little hard to get him because he did come in the 2-pack. So one, he was a little expensive, and two, a lot of people really didn't even want the second figure. And people would just sell Spinneret. I remember seeing that. But again, I did get him for around $15 just because the place I did get him at was a swap meet, like indoor swap meet, and they're selling him and they didn't know his actual price. So they just sold the whole 2-pack for 15 bucks. But yeah, if you're lucky to get him, at least, I would say people are selling him now for at least 30 by himself. So 30 bucks, just this little amount of accessories. Honestly, for the figure, if you really want to, this is a good classic Spider-Man. Like, this is a really good classic Spider-Man. But 30 bucks, though, I feel like 30 bucks is a little extreme for this figure. I feel like 30 bucks is a little way out, especially considering this body is kind of outdated now. When you have Maxim series, he is on the bulkier side though. I will say that he is the bulkiest here. Maximum, he's very slim. Like this dude is very bulky. He's more slimmer. So if you want more of like a menacing, Spider-Man with like a bigger build, this would definitely be your go-to with these little amount of accessories. Now, if you want to talk about classic Spider-Man, we take a look at Amazing Fantasy 15, which is that first appearance of Spider-Man with the blue logo on the back rather than the red, which was the original release. Looking at accessories, he does come with a little bit more than Ranier Vowels. He comes with this shitty web Hasbro always uses. He comes with web wings that, let me show you those work real quick. So there's a little clamp on his armpit, and I'll just use one of these ones. There's a little thing right there where it has to go in that little hole right there, little clamp. And then, boom, just like that, web wings. It doesn't look too great from the back, but I mean, from the front, it does look really good. Like, these are the ones where he's like just, regular standing. And then he does have some where he is like has his webs out and he's flying, which those click in the same way. But on the figure, you do get a open hand and a web hand. But right now, I have the wall crawling hands on him. But yeah, he comes with a pair of gripping hands, newly sculpted the whipping hands. I say that because almost every single Spider-Man figure, besides Maximum, who has his own, reuses the same exact flippers, fist, and gripping hands, and wall crawling. But this one, he's not reusing the exact same ones, but they're just down to size. They're just down size. He comes with fist hands. And for this figure, being right now at your $30 price point, maybe $50, I would not pay $50 for this, but 30 bucks. This is a good deal because this has way better articulation than Ranier Vowels. It's in that regular hinge joint at the neck, so better posability rather than that big old gap. I mean, look at that. It has that big old gap. So it's like Maxim series. They both look up the same, but then again, Maxim series has the ball joint at the neck. Anyway, articulation is really good. I mean, he can get down, like really, really down with poses if you needed him to. He can get really low, not as low as Maxim series, but still, he can get pretty low. But I have been seeing people have this problem with this figure as of lately. And honestly, I'm having this problem with this figure too. Look at his leg. Focus. His leg is starting to rip at the ankle. I've been seeing people like saying, "Oh, that's been happening." It hadn't started happening to mine until like a month ago. So I think this figure would not be good for a long run, but for a starter Spider-Man figure. Okay, again, this video is about starter Spider-Man figures. This figure is not good for long term, but for like a starter, this is a really good figure. I mean, you get all these accessories, you get great articulation, a great sculpt, great sculpt, great colors and everything for only $30. This is a good deal right here. This is a really good deal. But yeah, there is Amazing Fantasy 15. Now we're getting into that little more expensive price range, with coming into your $70 to $80 range. Is we're looking at the SHF Amazing Spider-Man figure for Spider-Man No Way Home. Now, I did lose one of his. I did lose his open hand over the course of time. That did end up getting lost, so I won't be seeing that. But for accessories, he comes with one super long web. He comes with two. I'm only grabbing one. I only grabbed one of them. He comes with two of these medium-sized webs. Then he comes with one. He comes with two shorter webs. Now, how you put those on is you just pop off the hand, and there's this little hook on the wrist, on the web, and you put it on that ball joint, and that's how that gets on. But the accessories I have on him right now are his like kind of open hand. Like it's more closed off, but it's still open. Then we have a wide open spreaded hand. For accessories, he comes with. They're so tiny. He comes with a gripping hand for the webs. He comes with a pointing hand. And then he comes with flippers and open hand. Like a regular, just relaxed hand. And now, if you were there to see the No Way Home figures get released and everything that went on with the SHF ones being released, you know the struggle, what happened with him. He was supposed to come with a unmasked Andrew Garfield head sculpt and neck and unmasked everything and fist. They got rid of. He was supposed to come with hands just to hold the mask. These are just open hands. He was also supposed to come with hands to hold the mask, but I guess licensing issues with everything, they ended up causing this figure to not come with the Peter Parker head sculpt. So your best bet is either to buy a custom one or to either get the SH Figure Arts, not the SH, the CT Toys Spider-Man that came with the unmasked head sculpt. But overall, I've had this figure since it's released, and honestly, I feel like it's held up amazingly. No pun intended, but this figure has really held up. It's really stood its ground, and I mean, overall, you gotta love Andrew Garfield. Andrew Garfield is my favorite Spider-Man, so maybe I am a little biased towards this figure. This figure is one of my favorite, if not my favorite figure in my whole collection. I love this figure so much. Even though I don't use him as much no more, he still has a really big memory in my heart. And, I mean, articulation's really good, too. I mean, like, with ab crunch, you're getting that much. With... Okay, head looking down. He can barely look down, but looking up, that's more than Amazing Fantasy and Maximum Series Spider-Man. That's more than both of them. I gotta get the light better on this figure, because this figure, he's so dark. But looking at all the detail on him, he has so much detail. Each web pattern is individually painted and sculpted. And he has like that more of metallic red and that flattened dark blue, almost purple, which I love the color scheme of this figure. The color scheme of this figure is amazing. And the black soles. And then, yeah, articulation is really, really good. Only complaint I do have about this figure is how much the paint rubs. For example, where can I find a good paint rub at? Not good, but like, if you look right there, if you look like in this area right here, since how so much he gets bent down, it rubs up right there. So over the course of time, some of his paint does rub off in the ab crunch area. So I would look out for that. But overall, I haven't had no problems with him. Nothing is broke. Nothing has come off. Articulation has been smooth since the day I got him. Nothing's loose. Like, nothing's loose or anything. He's just a really good figure overall. So, again, for a little more expensive than Maximum Series, you get a movie Spider-Man. You get a movie Spider-Man and you get all these accessories. And great sculpt. Probably, this has the best sculpt here. This figure is like beautifully sculpted. But for the $80 price range, considering he doesn't come with a Peter Parker head, I would not exactly want to pay $80 now. But I did before. Oh yeah, another problem is that the paint rub. So paint rub is like the biggest problem with this figure, for sure. It is definitely paint rub. But I mean, overall, still this figure is still amazing. But again, $80, probably not. I would pay at least 60, which if you're even lucky to get him at that price range. But yeah, there is the SHF Amazing Spider-Man. Now, probably getting to probably the most controversial figure on this whole list. Mafex 185 Spider-Man. This figure has been through so much in the action figure community. He has been slandered. He has been praised. He has been talked about so much. And you get sick of hearing his name. But I do have my own little stories with this figure. For one, I was in a car ride to California. I was posing him. Hand broke. The peg broke off. So I had to just let him rest for a bit. So I was still trying to mess with him a little bit. I was messing with him and whatnot. As I was messing with him, this part of his arm snapped off. Completely snapped off. I don't know how. It broke. It just broke. So I had to use the bootleg 107, I believe it was. I forgot the first comic book Spider-Man bootleg, the bootleg for the Mafex. I used his arm joint, his whole arm. I used to replace this arm, and now I can't even tell. You can still kind of tell that it was replaced a little bit. I mean, this arm is now longer. Like if I were to just stand him up completely straight, I think you're able to tell. Oh wait. No, you're not. Are you able to? I can't really tell. No, actually looks like this one's shorter. Yeah, this one looks shorter. Anywho, yeah. So this figure is really QC quality control coded with the fact that one of the biggest issues, just like our buddy Andrew over here, one of the biggest issues is paint rub. Like for example, on his back, nothing even touches the back. It's like if you do something like that, but not even that touches the back. So paint rub right there. Paint rub on his arm, but again, that could have been for me modding him. Paint rub right there on his side of his body. And not to mention, this figure breaks a lot. I've seen so many people say, oh, my 185 broke. My 185 Spider-Man broke. Oh, this broke, blah, 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 all that. So it's bound to happen to everyone. You just got to know how to fix him. If you fix him, and if quality control gets better, then maybe he has potential to be really good. But I mean, I believe Maxim series Spider-Man has better articulation than him. Like, this is just Maximum's. Like, look, this is. Let me get him completely straight. Hold on. Let me get him completely straight. That's his full range in his body. This is Maximum's full range. You see a difference? Marvel Legends did better than Mafex, an imported company. This figure cost $90, by the way. This figure cost $50, damn near $50 to $60. 90, 50. What are we doing? But articulation-wise, for a $90 figure, it could have definitely been better. I would say he does have some really good butterfly joints. Like, out of all these, I do believe he has the best butterfly joints next to Maximum. Like, I mean, come on, he's hugging himself. He's full on loving, self-love, guys. Look at that. And legs, I believe, since his area is a little more rubbery, he is able to kick up his leg a little bit more. But it's like ever so slightly rubbery. And he doesn't feel cheap. He feels kind of high quality. But yet again, he doesn't feel like $90. Like, this figure, he doesn't exactly feel like he doesn't feel 80 bucks, like 80 to 70 bucks. Actually, yeah, no, he does. No, he doesn't. He really doesn't feel, he doesn't feel high quality either. Marvel Legends, he feels high quality. He feels like I think I'm gonna break him though with the torso though. I will say that. It feels like I'm gonna break him. No, he doesn't feel like super high quality. His joints are buttery smooth though. I will say that. His joints are just like beyond buttery smooth. It's amazing. But for accessories, I didn't even get to accessories. For accessories I have on him are his open hands and his regular Peter Parker wide open face. Then he comes with head sculpts. He comes with a mad face. He comes with magnetic feet. Let's talk about feet. He comes with open hands, magnetic wall crawling hands, web grabbing hands, the whippers, and how did I forget? And his fist. Like and he has a bunch of webs too, but I have the webs put away because I really don't use the webs. Anyway, I did maximize this figure a little more with a little more accessories. See, remember that bootleg Spider-Man I was telling you about? I put some of his accessories to good use. I used his open head to make like a cracked, like a battle damage Spider-Man look, along with his other head. The marker did rub off on this one, but yeah. And then also, I did use the same bootleg head for the Peter Parker head. Does not look good. I mean, trust me, the eyes looked worse. It looked so much worse. But I modded it to make it look a little better, so it doesn't look as bad as it did. But it still works. It still fits and everything, and then also I am giving him the Mafex Tom's not the Mafex, the SH Figuarts Tom's Spider-Man, like unmasked mask piece, because it really works with him. I mean, let me find his open hands. Like, just okay, typically, okay, there we go. You just hold it like that. But yeah, articulation, it really could be better in a lot of areas, but he's very classic. Like, out of these, I feel like he is one of the most classic, if not the most classic looking. But you can also mod this figure. There is some people who like modded the hell out of this figure in terms of like, different head sculpts, different joints, and just everything. So if you really wanted to, you could mod this figure. But an issue is that with his feet, when you try to pose him, since they do come out for the interchangeable feet, when you're posing him, it'll just pop off. His feet will just pop off. So that's a big problem. And also the paint issue, the breaking issue. For 90 bucks, that should not be happening. For $90, all those QC issues, that really should not be happening at all. So that is kind of a bummer. But yet again, it really does look good. But for a starter figure, like a figure you're getting for like your first Spider-Man figure, or a figure to first start your collection, I would not go with this figure, to be honest. Back to having all the Spider-Man lined up, to talk about which figure I strongly believe is the best figure you can buy. 30 bucks. 30 bucks and minimal accessories. 50 bucks, a lot of accessories, great articulation. 70 to 80 bucks, great accessories, great articulation, QC with the paint, and also an MCU figure. $90, bad paint, good accessories, bad QC issues. Out of all these figures, my genuine opinion for the figure I strongly believe is a good Spider-Man figure to start off your collection with Spider-Man or MCU in general, or Marvel in general, Amazing Fantasy 15. Now, Amazing Fantasy 15, I give him the sole reason of why is because, one, again, he has great articulation. Everywhere, all around, great articulation. Good, decent amount of accessories. Looks really good. No QC issues with the paint. Not to mention, he's also just 30 bucks in general. And with the amount of accessories he comes with, it's not so overwhelming. You get what you pay for when it comes to this figure. Reason I didn't pick, say, Rhaenyra Vowels, because he's $30 and above with minimal amount of accessories and not as good as articulation as him. I didn't pick Maximum Series. He was so close, though. He was so close. Is only because his price range and how many accessories he comes with. For a beginner collector, the amount of accessories a Maximum Series comes with might be a little overwhelming, and you don't really know what to do with all of it. So I think this figure comes with a decent amount of accessories and enough stuff to do with it. This figure comes with a decent amount of accessories and everything. Decent amount of accessories, so it's not super overwhelming. But for the quality he is, and the paint, and how different he looks from the rest, I would save him for a little more later when you're building your MCU or you have experience with other different type of figures. And also, it's $70 too. So for a starter figure, I would not go for like a $7 figure. The reason I definitely did not pick Mafex Spider-Man is because quality control, paint, accessories. Accessories are probably one of the only good things. It's not too overwhelming, and it's not too many either. Like, he comes with like just right amount. But considering the fact that he breaks a lot and he has this bad paint, I gotta give the win to Amazing Fantasy 15 Spider-Man. But if you guys do have different opinions, I would love to hear them in the comments down below. And if you guys have any more questions about any of my Spider-Man figures, or if you want to see any of these Spider-Man figures more in depth, you can look at videos on my channel. Only figure you won't find is Rhaenyra Vowels, because I did get Rhaenyra Vowels at a very time I wasn't really doing videos or anything like that. So if you want to see a review on the other figures, please go watch my reviews on other videos on my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.